And the impeachment inquiry took center stage during a sometimes contentious presidential debate in Atlanta. 10 Democrats stood side by side for debate number 5 last night. Candidates sparred over issues like paid family leave, abortion rights, and voter suppression. Our Ed O'Keefe is in Atlanta. Ed, good morning. So what were your big takeaways from last night?
Well, Tony, they also discussed things like health care, climate change, and foreign policy. But it all began with an issue that the candidates rarely discuss on the campaign trail, that impeachment saga back in Washington.
We have a criminal living in the White House.
The candidates were all in agreement over the House impeachment inquiry.
I learned something about these impeachment trials. I learned, number one, that Donald Trump doesn't want me to be the nominee.
But Senator Bernie Sanders said it shouldn't consume the party.
We can deal with Trump's corruption, but we also have to stand up for the working families of this country.
And so the candidates dove into issues rarely discussed on a debate stage, including child care.
I would pass paid family leave as one of the first things we do.
6 months paid family leave is meant to and is designed to adjust to the reality of women's lives today.
There was also discussion of whether implementing government-run health care is too politically risky.
Let's bring as many people in and get as much help to the American people as we can, as fast as we can.
It couldn't pass the United States Senate right now with Democrats. It couldn't pass the House.
The candidates sparred over who had the best experience to be president.
Women are held to a higher standard. Otherwise, we could play a game called Name Your Favorite Woman President, which we can't do because it has all been men.
Washington experience is not the only experience that matters. There's more than 100 years of Washington experience on this stage. And where are we right now as a country?
South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg has made recent gains in early state polling, but he still has a problem with support among black voters.
The question has to be, where you been and what are you going to do? And do you understand who the people are?
I completely agree. And I welcome the challenge of connecting with black voters in America who don't yet know me.
Former Vice President Joe Biden remained a popular target.
This week, I hear him literally say that I don't think we should legalize marijuana. I thought you might have been high when you said it.
Biden tried to highlight his support, especially among black voters, but not without stumbling.
They know who I am. 3 former chairs of the Black Caucus. The only African-American woman that ever been elected to the United States Senate. A whole range of people.
No,
my point is,
that's not true. The other one is here.
I said the first. I said the first African-American elected. The first African-American.
For many of the candidates, the campaigning continues today here in Georgia. The Peach State is one that Democrats hope to win next year, but that would require big turnout here in the Atlanta area. From there, the campaign scatters, especially back to Iowa, where there's just 74 days left until the first in the nation caucus. Jerika?
All right, Ed O'Keefe for us in Atlanta. Thank you, Ed.